the E-mini Thunderdome. Today is October 26, 2022. If you're new to the channel, we stream live ES and MES live trades. If you follow any of my trades, doing so at your own risk. I'm not liable for any losses or damages. This is pure entertainment. All right, let's get that out of the way. Let's start looking at some numbers. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, disclaimer gone. Okay, numbers. Let's see. POC moved up from 38.12 to 38.41. Resistance 38.52 all the way up to 38.76. Support 38.37 and 3800. Short targets 38.34, 38.21, 38.07, 37.99, 37.90 and 37.78. Volume is low. How's the volume? Is it better now? More volume. God, this is so weird. I haven't done anything to it. Is it better now? All right. Perfect. Okay. Long targets 38.68, 38.76, 38.89, 38.95, 38.97, 39.24 is the long shot. Let's look at some scenarios real quick. Scenarios. So scenario 1, go and test the overnight low and then bounce from there. May even go a little bit lower, maybe to 38.08. Scenario 2, drive up to 57 and then collapse. And then scenario 3, test the upper area of the first port structure and then bounce from there. I think that we're actually gonna be in a chop. That's what I think. But let's see. So I already, if you guys saw my previous post, I already made money. What does that mean? If you don't know by now, then you haven't been following me for that long. I'm not gonna trade. I am not going to trade. I'm already up almost $6,000 in 2 days. There's no way I'm gonna give this money back. Had a really nice trade, but I could have made a lot more yesterday. I made a mistake. I added that 31 when I wanted to add that 24. First I was gonna let myself get stopped out and then re-enter it at 24. And then I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna let it run. And if it goes down to 24, I'm gonna add. And I made a mistake. I pressed the buy button and I bought at 31. So I could have had an extra seven points with 3 contracts and then 15 on the MES. But it worked out anyways. I'm not gonna go and show my stop in the ETH anymore. You guys noticed I was not showing it yesterday, and I'm not going to, because if you're a beginner, you shouldn't be trading the ETH anyways. And if you have a small account, you shouldn't be trading the ETH anyways, because you have to have long stops. I can't afford to have a long stop. If I get stopped out, chances are that I may have a chance to make it back during RTH. If you're doing a evaluation, especially one that counts if you were up and you didn't clear, and it adds to your auto liquidation, you're gonna blow your account. So I'll show my target, but then it's up to you to determine if you have the right amount to trade, what your stop should be. So, you know, I saw people asking, you know, fix the chart. I am not going to. You know, I could have a 100-point stop, you know, and I don't want anybody to go and follow me and then they lose money and I feel bad, you know. So it's already hard to trade ETH. That's why I don't trade it all the time. I need to have an edge. If you don't see me on the ETH because I do not see an edge, it's very hard to trade the overnight. You know, there's no liquidity and your orders stand out and they just, they go after. So, if you don't see a risk, if you don't see a stop, now you know why. All right? Do you pay it? All right, let's see if there's any questions real quick. We have already covered everything. One more thing. We're going to be opening up in value. So chances are that we're either going to be choppy for the first hour and then break out of value, or we're going to either go for the lower end or the upper end. So take your time at the opening. Do not be in a hurry to take a trade. You may think that you're going to lose an opportunity, but you may be saving yourself from losing your account. Okay? So, yeah. Let's see if there's any reports. I haven't gone over that. There is a lot of reports out of Canada at 7 a.m. my time. There's also new home sales. New home sales have been hot because the market is starting to cool off. So I think that you should be aware of that. That is 7 a.m. here in the Pacific. There's crude oil 730. That might do something. What is crude? Crude is up, so probably not. And then at 8 a.m. there's BOC press conference out of Canada, and that may move the market also. I set the alarms, but I don't know how long I'll be here, but I'll try to narrate and call out a few obvious stuff. All right, but I will not be taking a trade. Let me make sure that every chart is on sim. Do not want to make, oh, that's not on sim. Do not want to make a mistake. So again, I will not be taking any trades because I already made my profit in the overnight. All right, let's see if there's any quick questions real quick. Sound is good. Perfect, perfect. Too much. Yes, it's good. Loud and clear. Good morning, good morning. A question, do you pay attention normally to data coming out? Like today, I am not a news trader, so I don't, especially after COVID, I don't trust the news, but it's always good to be aware. In that note, I need to turn on my squawk box. But I watch if there's a news break, then yes, because I want to watch where the action in the market started reacting at what price level the market started to react when that news comes out. That is the only thing I do as far as news. Sure you stop to learn from. No, I'm not gonna show. I'll show the stop doing RTH, not ETH. All right. Do you think, man, they feel bad for other people's stupidity? Do your thing. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do my thing. Overnight lows. Yes. Yeah. So there's a big chance that we might come down again to overnight lows. Don't forget to like. Yes, please. We got already 133 people, and all we have is 30 likes. I need to see response from you guys. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. I'm not looking to make money out of this. I made almost $4,000 last night. You think I need to make money out of YouTube? I don't. So the only thing I ask is give me a thumbs up. That is it. This is free information, free study course. You can call it also. So just help me out with a thumbs up. So you're helping your fellow traders. I mean, you're not helping me. I don't care, but enough of that. All right. Thank you, Curtis. Again, you're setting for It's a Foranco. Yeah, the charts of Foranco. A stop on the RTH. Usually I start out with 4.5 points. Good morning. Leeloo's having a Halloween sale. All right. Plus one like. Was your first like, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep. All right, guys. Hot knife time. Let's go. All right. Here we go. We're starting at the bottom here. So we're already starting at the port structure. POC prior to the opening was at 41. Market is accepting lower prices already. Now it's at 37.25. So I would be where we're starting out now. Maybe is a good idea to start looking for a short. See how it reacts here at 41. 41 will be the key here. Let's see. Otherwise, we're going to go and do scenario 1 and go all the way up.
Reporting and you're going 77, made an emergency landing after left engine caught fire, according to airlive.net.
See, here we go. Breaking news. Airplane engine on fire. That could hurt the company's stock. So that kind of news I keep an eye on. I don't trust this swing up yet. Be careful if you're long. Maybe if it bounces off of a 42, there could be a long opportunity. A lot of interest at 50. Market is negative. Delta is negative. So something is going to happen here. Either explode up and go all the way to 54, or it's going to fail. I don't trust anything yet. I would... all of this, all support and resistance here. Buyers are trying to come in. All right. Decision point right now. And there it is. POC moved up. So are they selling? A lot of trades took place to move the POC. I do not trust any big moves right now, so be careful. All right, there could be a long opportunity out of here. And target would be 53. So if this holds, if this area holds right here, this is the long. Not a recommendation, just an observation in pattern. This could be a ABC correcting to a higher ABC. So it could be a minimum of a 10, anywhere between 9 to 10 point move here. If it could stay above 42. Sim, eu trabalho com... É de um brasileiro, chama Replikanto. Replikanto. E eu tenho um cupom, Souza. Vai no meu video description and there's a 10% off. Cara brasileiro. Gente fina. Almost a 10-point move. Here's the break. The break is going to go straight to target. Target is 53. You're welcome, man. So there are 2 targets on this trade here. Actually, 3 targets if it turns into a wave 3. This is the first target, second target, and third target if it turns into a wave 3. Right there. But obviously, first step is to make a new high, right? It may be trying to find support at 46 to extend it again. Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. If we can't clear 53, anywhere between 51 to 53, it's going to fail. So, time for stop management. Stop management. Thank you, UB. Here we go. Here comes the buyers. Here comes the buyers. Boom, shakalaka. There we go. Ooh, almost hit target. And here they come again. All right, so it could all stop here, huh? But here are the targets. I'm going to make these green just so they stand out a little more. Oh, they're selling. Be careful. Be careful. And this is exactly what I was talking about. It's time for stop management. Oh, they're buying again. POC moved up. Now it's at 50. So it's either going to extend now and go all the way to 70, or it's going to fail and we're going to go and pass opening. Be careful. So where did it stop? It stopped 2 ticks from my target. And here we are failing. All right, I warned everybody.
Quick spot check across markets after the open. We have both going from rather mixed, but you're seeing the Nasdaq on the Nasdaq for the day and also open tech earnings last night. The S&P 500 is still low on sentiment.
Yep, and here we are.
In terms of the Russell and Dow Jones over there, also seeing marginal gains, some slight outperformance in the Russell.
This could be a stop pick. This could be a stop pick. It may extend now. What may have happened is they might have bought so much that created a vacuum, responsive sell, and now resuming. Yep, that's what it was. It looks like. But still not clear. We're still not out of danger if you're long. Fantastic. Nice little 10-pointer there. Wow. A lot of volume is trading right now, guys. Did something come out on the news? Equity levels via Credit Suisse, it looks like. No, that's old. So either these big moves added liquidity or something. Let's see, UK Union says that offshore drillers have called off strike. Maybe that's it. New home sales, it's at 7:30. Yeah, 10 o'clock your time. Yeah, exactly. Let them fight it out. And here we are. So the short was, so it was the opposite of what I said. So this was probably the initiative sell, and this was a responsive buy, and now we are selling. So I said that probably this was the responsive selling and responsive selling and initiative buying, and now it's starting to look like it's the opposite. Either way, I called it and said, be careful. It looks like it's dropping. So hopefully you're able to move your stop to entry so you didn't take a full stop. So those targets are out. So it hit the first one, not all the way on it, but close enough. We may test 34. Do not look for longs yet until, or if you want to risk, there could be one from here, but I would wait. I would wait. Yep, there it is. I think it's going to test at least 34. Looks like buyers are stepping in. Still not convinced yet. Oh, maybe that was a stop pick. I did not see that one. I did not see that one. But we're still seeing lower highs. But this might have been the move. I didn't call it. I thought that it should test 34. So If this is the long, I would have missed it. But I'm still seeing market maybe still going down. Yeah. Be careful now. I think it's going to drop again. I don't know. Look, it's looking awfully selly. So again, if this could have been a bounce off of opening price to just explode up.
Continued move higher in fixed income overall here. Tino's currently a session high as the 10-year on 11.03.5 last.
But it happened so fast, I missed it. I thought it was gonna keep going. All right, POC's all over the place. Now there could be a high risk trade here of a long initiating now. A stop maybe at 41 or 42, but I think it's choppy. I have nothing. This is just a wild call here, but well, those word blocking don't work. Because I put adult dating, so word blocking doesn't work. It's gotta manually block these people out. Yeah, not clean it at all. Oh, it's their username. Well, there are two options. You could either block them or you could do the username. Yeah, it seems like the report, it pisses them off and they come back harder, but I'll try. Let's see. Promotes terrorism. Let's see if that works. Yeah, so it was a long. I mean, I don't know if I would have taken it, but it kind of looked like it was a long from here. Hopefully someone had the balls, but I don't think I would have taken it, but yeah, these days it does. All right, I'm still not sold on an extension yet, unless it finds support here again, where I would have thought about going, but again, I wouldn't have taken it. So it may be trying to find support again, but it's choppy. And as I mentioned in the opening, we were opening in value. It was going to stay choppy until it breaks out of either end, and it was unable to break out of the top. Stop. Report in 10 minutes. So it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. So now it just needs to break out of range. I'm looking at indices. I'm trading. Well, I'm not taking a trade, but the ES and MES, the Standards and Poor Mini and Micro. Welcome to the channel. All right, it's building up. It may explode out of here. So they may be going for maybe inside out trades. But when the market is in balance, that's not what you want to do. You want to do outside in, outside in, outside in. No, I don't trade the NQ. Not enough liquidity. It's too choppy. I use a Renko.
Next up at the top of the hour, we're going to look out for the next Bank of Canada rate decision. In terms of expectations, the long analysts are actually rather split. So either 50
Fantastic.
75 basis points hike. Although market price
Good job, Garcia. There you go.
pricing in for Venti over 80% or so. Initially, the majority did look for a 50 basis point move, but the latest inflation data came in higher than expected and did result in a shift of views to
I don't have a video, but it's easy. You just look at a volume profile chart, and then you gotta plot the value areas, and top of the value is the outside on the top, and bottom of the value is the outside on the bottom, and then it goes to VPOC right in the middle, or it will go to the opposite end. Very easy. So it'll be going from the opposite of the ranges. Very easy. Goes the opposite of the range. Outside, in, either to the middle, or it will go to the extreme opposite, and then again from the top to the middle, or the extreme opposite. That's outside in. And inside out is from VPOC to either the bottom of the value area or the top of the value area. And that usually happens on a trending day. I sound like a baby. You sound like a baby. Are you trolling me, or you actually think I sound like a baby? I'm interested to hear your response. Yeah, because I'm excited to hear his response, because his response will either determine if I kick him out or not. Okay, then it's cool. Yeah. If you're not being offensive, I mean, I don't know the point of you saying that I sound like a baby. I mean, that's very childish of you, but I don't care. It's not going to bother me. I guess you felt like you needed to say that. Okay. It's all good. Yeah, he's not going to bother me. I'm changing my attitude about haters, sim traders. All right, so choppy. All right, if we could break this area here, we're going to go and fix all of this poor structure here in the bottom. All poor structure. And that's quite a lot of it. So it will either bounce again off of the top of it, bounce off of anywhere between the low, right, or 21, or it will flush all the way through and go to 07. Seek and destroy. I like that. I definitely like that. Yeah. You're absolutely right, Medina. Yeah. It's weird how there are quite a lot of people that can't see someone who's doing well and they immediately need to hate on them. I'm not any better than anyone here. Everybody could do what I do. You know? So, all it is just hard work. All it is just hard work. You put enough time, you could be good at this. Yeah, hiding behind the screen. That's right. But yeah. Oh, all right. Let's get back into trading and not put any more energy into these people. All right, guys. So what are we seeing? We're seeing the battle of the mid. Battle of the mid. So no one is in control. Even though the market is negative, Delta is negative, they're having a hard time making new lower lows, right? So it's up for grabs. It's up for grabs. And right here, it looks like it's the decision point right here. This whole area here is the whoever can initiate with volume out of here will dictate the next half hour, which will be the next IB session, right? Yeah, let's all trade. Let's do it. So, tug of war line. On the downside, obviously, is going to be to pass this here, make a new IB low. Then on the other side, over here, here comes the sellers. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, this is looking like a perfect wave 5. So be careful with a long now if it can't explode out of this. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What comes after a wave 5? It comes a pullback, a correction. You'll see an ABC after a wave 5 is done. So it may not extend if this, it's a picture perfect wave 5. 1, 2, and then an ABC inside of wave 3, pullback 4, 5. Or unless it's a larger picture and this is a wave 3. And this is this is a 5-wave pattern inside a wave 3. But if it still is a 5-wave pattern, it still has to pull back and do a ABC to go and and there it is, what I tell you guys. Boom. Wow. That is the report that came out, and wow, look at that. Nice. So hopefully you guys were out of that. Hopefully you guys were out of that. Because I did say that most likely it was over. It was a wave 5. Pullback. That was a nice little call, huh? Right on the money. I had completely forgotten about the report. I was just looking at patterns. That is so cool. Wow, and here we are. Thank you. Isso aí, Carvalho. Good job. You got that one? Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, if I was aware of their report, I wouldn't have taken it, but it was an obvious end of a wave 5 because this is picture perfect 5-way pattern. Yeah. You want to learn about Elliot waves? That's picture perfect right there. But this is much bigger pullback, but at least it was showing the next move. And this is why I love Elliot wave, because it will show you where the market may go. All right. It may come all the way down to the low 40s. So right here, low 40s. So not a recommendation, but there could be a long opportunity anywhere from here if the market is going to go into positive ground. So what is it saying here? Let's see. Canadian BOC rate decision 3.75 versus 4. Previously 3.25. New home sales unit September 603 million versus expected 585 million. Previous 685. Okay, so and then there's hundreds of Twitter employees who left in recent months ahead of Elon Musk. What? Tech giants? Okay, that's nothing. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Ah, Geo, fantastic. Wow, nice trade. Nice trade. All right, this could be a responsive sell right here. But I think it's going to come down more. I wouldn't initiate any trades yet, but I think it's coming down more, but I don't know. Nothing is clear yet. That's why I wouldn't initiate anything. I would wait, but this here could have been initiation to go long or go long out of here, but I don't know. I don't know. Not until this is clear if this is responding to this or this is a true initiation that, okay, market is negative. Now we need to go and fix the port structure. So if you're long, you need to manage your trade. Manage your trade. I would be more inclined to maybe looking at short out of here. But obviously it'll need to pass the low 40s as I said. But this could be a short opportunity here if it could pass tug of war line of the low 40s. But this is a trade that not a recommendation. This is a high risk trade, but you would have a very small stop here. You could put a stop at 56. So, I mean, compared to these swings, you could have a 4 or 5 point stop, but high risk trade because the market is still reacting to the news. Still reacting to the news. So I have nothing. I'm just pointing out what I'm seeing, but I have nothing. And this could even be a stop pick of this right here. So still caution. So what was that? That was a 25-point move. All right. Let's try to go positive. So it went positive. It couldn't hang on. Outside in. So these beige lines of mine are yesterday's value area. And look how we are staying within the value area. Look at that. Outside in, outside in. Now, what happens when the market's in balance? It wants to go out of balance. It could only trend when it's out of balance, right? Because then more trades on one side is happening, right? Otherwise, if it's even, it's in balance. But if you're selling more, then it means it's out of balance. Then eventually it will catch up and pull back and try to fall back into balance, and then it'll try to go out of balance again. Unless it's a in value day, a choppy day. And those are the hardest days to trade, because how do you know where the outside in? You don't know. It's their rules, it's their games. You just have to try to figure it out. Thank you. Let's see it. What are we up to? 97. Yeah, come on, guys. There's 200 people watching. There's only 97 likes. All right, so I guess it was a long. So we could be going out of balance now, right? It did a outside to the mid to now extend and go out of balance. We got poor structure over here. If you guys recall, these were my targets yesterday, but I exited at 51 and called it the day yesterday. If you're just joining me now, I'm not taking any trades today because I already made close to $4,000 in the overnight. So yeah, right now I have 1,333 with 20 cents on the MES and 2,642 with 30 cents on the ES. So there's no way I'm going to give any of that back. Oh, it's starting to look again like an outside in, but I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it. Yes, then it will make a double distribution. Anytime it goes out of balance, it starts another distribution. You could have 2, 3, 4. So if you look at a volume profile, if you don't see a perfect bell, it's because it's another distribution. And usually when that happens, then it will start doing the outside in to the top of the second, or I mean the bottom of the second distribution, and then start expanding. Yes, I did last night. I was trading live. Don't always do it, but I do not moderate at all. I just put my trade and I forget about it. Yeah, you could consider that non-structural, yeah. But it still has a second structure, right? So, I mean, you can't really say it's non-structural because they will form another, unless it's just running, unless it's just going with no pullbacks, right? Because if there's a pullback, it will start another bell. If there's no pullback, if it's just going, 50 points, 20 points, then yes, it's non-structural. But if there's any type of pullback, then it will start to form maybe another second or third distribution. It's easier to go and look at a volume profile chart. Me just saying it may not make sense. Last night I was long. I got in right out of the gate. I believe I initiated my trade at my time was 3:08, and then as soon as I saw where the market is, I initiated the trade, and then 2 minutes later, because I was just gonna look at it, and then I said, "Oh shit, I'm getting in," and then I turned on and started streaming. So I've had some people say, why do you go and start streaming when you're ready in a trade? Well, sometimes I don't plan to be on a trade, and then I get in a trade, and okay, now I gotta turn everything on and start streaming. Welcome, Gomez. So I don't turn the streaming platform first. I'm a trader. I'm not a streamer. So first thing I look at is my charts. That's number one. All right, so starting to get pretty choppy up here. A little bit of a gap fill, sure, but most of it was that it needed to pull back from those reports. And also the price was very cheap. It was trending up all day, and here we are opening, 30, 40 points below. What does that mean? It means that we are oversold. I mean, I wasn't planning on taking a trade. I did say in the morning that there might be a trade opportunity in the afternoon, but I wasn't really planning because I stopped looking at the market, I think 2 hours before it closed. I have no thought in Bitcoin. I mean, I think it's probably the future, but I've never got into it. I tried to get into it in, believe it was 2012, and I couldn't figure out how to convert dollars into Bitcoin. So after that, I just gave up on it. But I believe it when I was looking at it, it was at 7,000. So I could have had an opportunity at 7,000 if I was able to figure out how to buy it. There was no exchanges back then. It was very different. Yeah, wow, that's 10 years ago. Wow, time flies. Time flies. Weak structure is just an area that volume needs to get filled. I sleep, but it all depends on the market conditions also. Like last night, I got up twice, and then eventually I just had to fall asleep, and I woke up I think an hour and a half after my trade had already hit. So, yeah, I mean, you can't do this 24 hours. You will burn out. And this is why I try not to focus on the ETH. You have to choose one or the other. And I suggest doing RTH. But if you have a job and you can't, I understand. But you can't, if you're a beginner, chances are you're going to get so hooked on it. It's so exciting, adrenaline, and you may look at the market, all day long, every day. And that's not healthy. That is not healthy at all. Thank you, Eric. Well, I appreciate that. All right, guys. I'm going to look away from the chat now. Can you go over your dotted lines? Yes. Dotted lines are very important. So, magenta, these are targets. Oh, hold on. This I got to do. The big fat lime is my extended range target. And that, I usually do it. I always do it manually, but I have to use a calculator. And that I will not share how I figured that out. That is my own thing. But I will plot it. All right. So to the upside, long range target is going to be 3903. 3903. 3903. And then to the downside, 3811. 3811 is to the downside. 3811. Which coincides to yesterday's low. All right. Brown lines are going to be the overnight high and low. Green lines are the small dark green lines are going to be the overnight value area high and low. The white line is going to be the VPOC. And then the blue dotted line on top, the baby blue is yesterday's high, and then on the bottom, the dark blue is yesterday's low. That's it. And this is part of my homework. You got to have homework. I get up at 5 in the morning. This is the first thing I do is my homework. All right, now I'm going to turn the chat off, and I'm going to start looking at the market again because it looks like they probably could have had an opportunity here, but I was talking. All right, let's see. All right. Ooh, there could be a short opportunity here. Be careful if you're long. It's either going to explode out of here or there could be a short. A lot of trades just took place right here. Something big is going to happen. We're either going to go and hit the 73. So I don't, yeah. Either going to go and hit 73 or it's going to fail. But something big just happened right here. Caution. If you're long, stay in your long. Just manage. But be careful if you're long. All right, so we have 10 minutes till IB. Market may want to pull back to get an extension to run IB high, or it's going to try to make another leg up. Yeah, there may be a pullback here. Be careful. There could be a pullback. And the tug of war line would be 57. So if it can't clear this right here, oops, I don't want to do that. So there could be a pullback all the way to here. All right, delta is positive. NQ still negative. NQ is negative. Yeah, we may be done here on the upside. Be careful if you're long. We may have a test of either 50 or it may fail. Let's take a look at a heat map. Let's see what the heat map is saying. Wow, Microsoft. So all of the biggies are all negative. So I'm in the camp that the companies are the ones that run the index. So if the companies are negative, I feel that the market goes negative. There are people who say the opposite. People say that the companies are watching, that not the company, but the traders are watching the index, and that's what moves. I don't think so. I think it's I think it's the opposite. So Microsoft negative 7.85, Apple a point and a half, Google almost 8%, Meta 3.5, Amazon 4.25. So if you're long, be extra careful because we may have a meltdown. We may have a meltdown. There could be a short opportunity. Looking at a longer time frame, all of this here is an ABC, so C down, or it could be a wave 3. So I think the market, my personal opinion, but what do I know? I don't know shit. I just try to follow what the market is showing me. But if I was a betting man, I think we're going negative. So be careful if you're long. Be careful if you're long. That's all I'm saying. It's going to go, there's a chance that it's going to go at least to the low 40s. I talked about the low 40s. So, second time I'm mentioning the low 40s. At least there could be a trade out of here at least to 40. So, up here I called to be careful the longs. So, could have been a hint. I said pull back at least to 57. I mean, there's only so much I can say before it turns into suggestions. So, but if it clears this right here, it's going to fail. So be careful. If you're not in it, not a recommendation, but there could be another leg down from here. It's up to you to manage your own trade, but that's a possibility. But here it is. That was at least a full harmonic scalp. It may be looking to do a stop pick, so if we don't see a new high here, it's just a test to come down. Well, and I was wrong. Target hit. Is that my first target on the upside? I think that's the first one, huh? Long target, yeah. 68. That's the first target on the upside. Wow, that took a while. All right, target done. All right, almost done with IB. Don't want to influence anyone's trade, but be careful in this area here. Look to at least scale out of here. If you're long, I would scale at least some out of here because it could stop. It could stop at 75. All right, next. Here's our next target right there. So I would have missed this. I thought it was going to stop right here. So this here is a hot zone too. This is, it could all end here too. Yeah, that's why it could all end here, because it's settlement. At least my settlement, because I use top of the hour. So if you use top of the hour, settlement is at 70.50. If you use a quarter after, I don't know where it was, but I usually mark mine at top of the hour. So is it a coincidence that IB high is a yesterday's settlement? It's up to us to figure it out. So either this is going to turn into support or it's going to be resistance. Right? There's IB high and yesterday's settlement. So all of this here is going to be all supply and demand area right here. So you have a yesterday's settlement, you have IB high, and then you have yesterday's high. So this is going to be a tough nut to crack, to go through this. So that's the kind of stuff you need to look at. What's on the way? How much momentum do I need? You know, it's a tug of war. You got to have your feet digged in so you can pull towards your direction, right? And that will mean to, you know, in this scenario, to push right through. So that's going to be hard. So I still think that this market may still go negative. But I don't want to be stuck on a bias, so I need to have an open mind. I need to keep an eye on what the market is showing me. So the clue is going to be to pass this right here. If it passes this, longs are done. Or it's going to find support here to then go and finish this leg up and hit yesterday's high. So there could be a long opportunity here. Minimum target would be 71. So right here, if you're on the long side, but it can go also all the way up to yesterday's high. So anywhere in here, if this is a long, if you're looking at longs, if you're on the long side of this market, the trade wouldn't, not a recommendation, just observation. But it's going to have a hard time going through this. Right? So the key in the long here is it has to stay above all of this here. If it dips anywhere in here, it could fail, and then we'll be seeing it go all the way down to 40. So there's a lot of roadblocks to the upside. So this is going to take all stop management. I got nothing. But again, I'm still thinking that the market is going to go negative at some point. Maybe I'm wrong on the timing. But this here could be a solid trade. 10-15 point trade. If this turns red, be careful if you're long, because then it will be a lower high. If you're long, this you need to see 3 more green bars. You need to start seeing higher lows. Not an easy day to trade. But again, I'm short. I would have been short. I would have probably taken a short out of here. Stop above settlement. But I would have been under leverage. Why? Because you still have yesterday's high. So the way I trade, I need to be able to move my stop in case I feel threatened, because they play games. they play games. They try to trick you. I mean, anytime you're dealing with money, no one's going to play nice. They don't care about you. Think they care about you? No. They're going to trick you. They're going to make you think that, the market is turning on you, but you should only manage your stops if you are more an advanced trader. Beginners need to get used to getting stopped out. Otherwise, you will revenge trade. Otherwise, you will revenge trade. As soon as you lose, you're going to say, oh, now I need to make it back. And it's not just make it back. You got to make back what you lost plus profits. So it's hard to make your money back. But yeah, I'm more inclined for shorts, but what do I know? But on paper, this looks like a solid long. So stop at 62. First target 71. Second target 75. Oh, here comes the buyers. Yeah, this looks like a beautiful little ABC. Again, I wouldn't have taken it. I'm on the short side, but obvious long target. But I would have been either stopped out or stuck on raising my stop. But it was a solid trade. It was a solid trade. All right, so here we reached the first target. It's going to keep going. So next target is right up here, right at 75. So after that, next target is 89, which is a solid, strong target. If it doesn't stop here, chances are it will stop at 89. Because this here is all dead man's land. Nobody wants to be in here. So it has to run all the way through, and then it will find obstruction here at 89. So, well, they're trying to buy. Or it could be a sale, but a big order just went through. 900 contracts just went through right here. So this may be the push that I talked about. 900 orders just went through here. So this could be the push to extend out of yesterday's high. That's a lot of orders. 910 actually. But we don't know if it's a buy or a sell, right? It's on the buy side. It was underneath the price. But nobody knows until it starts moving on a direction. But large order, 910 right here. So if you're long, this is exactly what you needed to pass through 74. So I would have still been in my short from here, and I would have, again, either the stop would have been above 71 or above the high. I would have been sweating now, especially after that 910 order. But I would have still been short from here. Sweating my BALLS. And if it started to fail, I would have added more here. But it looks like most likely I would have gotten stopped out. It's starting to get impulsive. So all of this crazy move has created some poor structures underneath. So if you guys recall, if you're here yesterday, we had some poor structures underneath that had to get fixed, and that's what brought the market down before it went up. All right, this target is done. Done. But all of this here now is poor structure. All of this. So is the market going to come and fix it today, or is it going to keep going all the way to 89? That 910 could have been a buy order. So I would have been stopped out. So now I would have been telling myself, okay, now I need to take a break and refocus, because I may have to switch my bias to go long, because there could be a 20-point trade here. There could be a 20-point trade here. So I would have to change my mindset. Okay, you're wrong on the shorts. Get over it. You're wrong. The market is going up. Now start looking for a long. But it's still not done here, right? It made a little bit of a high above yesterday's high. Is it done? Oh no, but there could be a long if it comes and tests the low 70s. Or it could initiate out of here already, half a harmonic, and boom, out. But now, like, okay, all right, start looking at longs. Start looking at longs. And that is the beauty of a day trader, is that you're able to adapt to the market's condition. You're not stuck, okay, I bought stocks, I need them to go up. No, you could go and switch on a dime and go short. A investor is always going to be in one direction only. Either they're shorting the stock, or they're going long. A day trader can adapt. That's why I love day trading, because that's how my my personality is. You know, I'm not the kind of guy that sets up a vacation 1 year from now. No, my vacation, maybe it's next week, maybe it's in a month, but I have never done a vacation. Said, okay, in a year I'm gonna go away. Never done that. I'm not saying it's wrong, you know, but that's my personality. I think it's kind of cool that someone can, you know, stay motivated and anxious for a whole year waiting for a vacation. It's kind of cool, but I can't do that. Okay, this could be the initiation here, guys. This could be a 20-point long. And now you have this here could be all support, right? Resistance has turned into support. Now you have something to lean your back against. So next target, 89. Don't know if I would have gone on this trade. The reason is that I would have probably said I'm going to take a break. So I'm not going to go and say I would have taken this, because chances are I would have probably been on a break, cooling off after a big loss. I don't want to come across that, oh, I'm calling all of these. Look at me, I'm right. No. Probably I would have been cooling off. But this is a solid target. If we had reached 76, if we had reached this area yesterday, 1 hour or 2 hours before the end of the day, this would have been a solid target. It would have been my runner. Right, a lot of interest at 81. So the market's trying to get back up there. There's 182. Then there's interest at 83. There's 168. And then at 90, it's starting to grow. Next report in 10 minutes. Stop. 90 is now it was at 138, and now it's up to 206. So interest at 90 is starting to grow. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not trading. I would probably gotten my ass kicked on that trade. But I did call a few other ones. But yeah, I don't know if I would have done well today. Right, large trade taking place here. So it's either going to push higher or it's going to fail. What is the intention? Large trade, and it's on the sell side, 375. Excuse me, 375. So now it's coiling up, right? So once it coils up, it means it has to break out of this. So it's either gonna fail or it's gonna bust up. And then it's up to us to interpret, large lot. It looks like it's having a hard time breaking out of this, right? It's not being easy. But there is really no reason to stop at 81. So this could just be a pullback to initiate again along. But let me make sure. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, at 76, I would say, okay, there's a lot of reasons. So this could have been just impulsive because it took a lot to go through this. So it just kept going. But there is really no reason to sell off at 81. But this area here, yes. But this, again, is a solid target. These are highly contested numbers. So this could just be a little pullback. Come and pick some stops to initiate the next leg up. Yeah, this could be a stop pick. If you're not long, this could be the initiation of a long. And you don't got to risk much. You could put just an observation. You could have a stop at 74. But all of this is all supply and demand area. Supply and demand. But you have yesterday's high to lean back on. You have yesterday's settlement. But you got to keep in mind that it may want to come and test IB high. So I would have a small stop unless you're under leverage and you can afford to put a stop underneath IB high. So if you're going to risk going long, you can't forget that there's a probability that it may want to test IB high. This is why you want to have a short stop. Lose the battle, but don't lose the war. You could always re-enter again if you see it fail at IB high. Me want to test IB high. So has anything changed on the heat map? Does anybody know if Think or Swim has a heat map? Because all of these heat maps are all 15 minutes delay. Let me look at the chat here. If anybody knows, put on the chat, please. All right, see if there's any questions. It's going to keep going up. Okay, yeah, you're right. How do you figure out a dead man's land? Area with no volume. When in doubt, I trade the Russell. I like the Russell too. I used to trade a lot of the Russell. Buying pullbacks, 3,900 coming. How do you figure out support and structure? The easiest way to do it is use a Renko and then look at the zippers. These are all zippers. That's how you figured out support and demand area. Areas where they are. So support and demand area is an area where they agree in price. That's supply and demand. They're buying and selling the same spot. They're agreeing in price. And the easiest way to do it is to have a Renko chart. It just sticks out like a sore thumb right there. Supply and demand. All right, what else do we have here? How to figure it out setback, comeback. Yes, market has no reason to go down right now. Okay, you could be right, but deep inside, I'm still on the short side. But what do I know? Conference 2023. That would be cool. Like the button on the left, hit it now. Thank you. All right, you're doing great job teaching us and guiding us. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Downey. All right, what is IB? Initial balance. Oh, looks like somebody already answered that. Thank you, Nico. All right, yes, it does. TradingView has great heat map. TradingView, I don't have TradingView. I do not have. It's called. Yeah, but it isn't a Market Watch. I think it's delayed. Yeah, I need to check on that because I think it would be useful to have it real time. Yeah, I don't have TradingView. I hear a lot of great things about it. All right, so what did just happen? So it could be that they found support at yesterday's high. It could be right there. That's what I use, FinFizz, but it's 15 minutes delayed. I don't know if you could buy it and have it real time. I doubt it, but yeah. Yeah, this now we're getting into. Oh, it just went up. I was gonna say low volume, low market volume, but it just exploded. Right here, it was at 500, and now we're all the way up to 2,000. So, market volume is people wanting to buy, and then liquidity, it's what's on the books. So they are very different, because you may be wanting to buy, but you may not agree on the price, and liquidity, it's where it's at. It's you're selling your car at that price, and you're waiting for that price. I'm the volume wanting to buy, but I'm not willing to buy at your price. And that's market volume. So you have liquidity and volume. So one is the aggressor. And here we are. Yeah, it's a solid target. Solid target. So I said that it could have ended right here. Next place where it could end is here. If you guys recall yesterday, I said I do not think it's going to go any higher than 74. So what I said yesterday, I'm going to say the same thing today. I do not think it's going to go any higher than 92. I think the market will stop at anywhere under 92. So if I was on a long, I would have looked to clear at 89. That's it. That's it. Make the money and run. Fantastic day. Good for you. Make that money and run. Make that money and run, because they will take it back. They will take it back. They're going to start feeding you some drinks. They're going to put a pretty girl to sit next to you. Sorry to hear that, Richard. Well, you shouldn't be trading sim anyways. Do not trade sim. There is no use in trading sim. Trade one contract of MES and do not trade sim. Yeah. Os caras são foda, né? O cassino. Você bota umas putas pra sentar do seu lado. Você ficar mais tempo. I have sim charts open, but I'm not trading sim. Yes, they do. That's what I say. They grow an extra ball. The MES, I suggest $10K, $10,000. And if you don't have it, go try a evaluation. Make that $10,000 and then go trade your own. I am not in the camp of staying on a evaluation. I think once your wings have grown, you need to fly out of that nest. You need to fly out of that nest. You need to yeah. Oops, here we go. Yeah, they are. But I don't suggest anybody trading the ES unless they have more than $50,000. You got to be very disciplined to trade the ES if you have less than $50,000. These days, 10, 15 years ago, you could have traded the ES with $5,000, $10,000. Not anymore. Nope, not of the algo bots. Yeah, I suggest Apex if you don't have discipline. I suggest Apex. If you have discipline, I suggest Earn to Trade, because they have the new career path on Earn to Trade, and I think it's a fantastic way to go and trade, because you can only go, you go from 2 contracts, then you go to 4 contracts, and you go to 6 contracts. So I think it's excellent practice in how to scale up. I would not trade any type of futures on Thinkorswim. I don't know anything about that. I haven't even ever heard of it. I've never heard of it. All right, target reached. Now be careful here, guys. Target reached. This is where I think that it may end, anywhere up here. But we still have my extension target range at 3903. Sometimes these targets are solid, sometimes they are not. What is support and resistance? Let's look at that. Resistance 3842 and 3876. So this would be the perfect area for the market to fail, to then close under 76. Right? Thinkorswim is full margin. You need to have a little bit of margin, so you could stretch your money. There's a limit. You don't want to have $50 margin if you can't control yourself. But Thinkorswim is full margin. And also, I'm not a fan of their charts. I have an account there. That's where I trade my options. So I think they are great. Yeah, I have never even heard of that coin. Yeah, I have my plate full here on the ES, unless it was an investment. Well, they were pushing right through. All right. That is our third target hit. Oh, I don't want that. Target hit. All right. Looks like you guys are trying to sell stuff here. I'm going to have to ban you. See ya. Earn, I would say that my favorite is, especially for the discounts, Apex. You can't beat it. Apex. But you can overtrade with Apex. And that's the issue. You know, you could trade 20 contracts, and if you can't, you know, control yourself, it could be dangerous. But I have a coupon code for both in my description. But if you're looking at pricing, I would go with Apex. If you're more of a structured person, I would go with Earn to Trade. Hey, I'm ready for some sushi. Always ready for some sushi. No, I've never heard of that. All right, here we go. Decision point here, guys. Decision point. The 90 target is based on poor structure. And all right, guys. We have more poor structure here that is forming underneath us. Looks like the market will pull back all the way to here. These small ones doing RTH are solid targets. This here is a solid target. When? Obviously, I don't know. My crystal ball is out of batteries. But it's a solid target. All right. Are you Ushi guys are attacking my chat or what? Too many people talking about them. Never seen you here in this chat, so I'm gonna have to block you, Moons. Looks like you're trying to push stuff. So yeah, see ya. You're gone. If you were for real, you blew it. Moon's fat. You've been pushing this too. I haven't ever seen you around here. I might have to get you out of here. Yeah, you're gone too. Yeah, this is precious space. I don't mind you selling stuff, but it's the wrong time. Yeah, Discord maybe is the best option. All right, guys. So look how it's starting. I'm not saying it's done, but I believe it's done. Especially now with this, or at least they pull back here. but it is also kind of early in the day. So a full test of IB high, unless the market is failing. Unless the market is failing, because usually it's kind of early to go and test IB high, especially when we're like 20 points up. So we may, all of this here is also all poor structures. So we may be stuck on a chop zone for a while. Okay? So if you're still long, this could be a chop zone. And then if it fails here, then we're going to go and test IB high. So we're leaving behind a lot of poor structure. All of these green areas are all poor structures. Next target is 95 and then 97. Oh, a lot of interest in 95. There's 321 orders waiting up there. Wow, they're pushing. Poor structure is this areas with low volume that needs to get filled. That's all it is. Right, we did a quick new high and they are selling. Tug of war line is going to be right here. If it could pass that, it's going to go to the lower end of this poor structure. Again, if it passes this right here, we're going to test IB high. Not a recommendation, but this could be maybe a short opportunity. But you got to be under leverage because we have these close, really close targets. They're only 4 points away. So if you're going to go short, you need to be able to afford a stop that's going to be above 97. So it could be a solid trade, but you got to be under leveraged because there's already, 347 orders waiting at 95. So it could be a solid short, but you got to be able to take some heat. Is there? Let's see. Yeah, you're right. 1,000. That's a big order up there. 1,090 at 3,900. That could be spoof. That could be spoof. Now I'm really starting to believe more that the market may fail. I'm open to anything. It all depends on the market condition. You gotta have rhythmic data. MBO rhythmic. So this I would have taken. I would have taken a short here. I would either scaled out somewhere here, or hopefully market would fail and go all the way through. But again, gotta have a under leveraged trade so I'm able to withstand if the market wants to hit that 95. So it's a high risk short, very high risk short. Plus, you're also trying to pick the top on the market that is obviously trending, right? You cannot overlook that the market is not trending. So you got to be careful trying to pick a top. So if you're trying to pick a top, you need to go for pullbacks only, unless you really see it. Okay, it's failing. There could be a chance, but never pick a top looking for a full correction, because you will get your butt kicked. Sure, it can, but 1,000 orders, I don't know. That and it's yeah, but one thing that it's going for that big order is that it's all small lots. If it was one big trailer, I would say okay. I don't know. But it could be a whole bunch of chopped orders from the same person also. But I would have been short right now. I would have taken a short at least to here. Hopefully scale out and go all the way to here. Yeah. If it can't pass 87, it's going to go all the way up to 95. This could be a stop pick. So, tug of war line is to clear 87. IB is all the way at 70. 70 and a quarter. But it's a little early to test IB. So I really, most likely, is to go and finish and chop around in here and hit 80, 81. You're welcome. So, yeah, to go and test IB now, it would mean that the market has reversed and now most likely is trying to go negative. I mean, it would need a lot of momentum to go inside IB. But I'm definitely seeing it chop around in here. All right, guys, I'm going to hang around for another half hour, and then I'm going to head out of here. I'm going to see if I could take a little nap. And then I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Come on, man. Stop coming into my chat. That's the only place you could advertise? You got nowhere else to advertise? It depends. Usually, if it's a day that there's no reports that the overnight wasn't too crazy, I usually like to go and start streaming a quarter before the market opens up. So to go and trade the ETH, I have to see if the market failed at the auction at the end of the day, if it had any unfinished business. That's how I look at the ETH. Is there unfinished business? If we had half hour more, an hour more, would the market keep going, or would it pull back even further? So that's what I look for. So right now, I can't tell you if there's anything on the ETH. You're welcome. Of course. What is the Russian mafia is bombing my chat? No, last night was because of the earnings report. ETH is the electronic trading hour. It's the after hours. It's the Globex market. You're welcome. Yeah, unfinished. I mean, here, let's see. So, let's say that the market is trending, okay, and there's a solid target that's unable to reach because the market is going to close. Then it means it's unfinished auction. If it had an extra half hour or an hour, it would have kept on going. If it's a solid target, if it's in range, I mean, if the target is 20 points up, it's chances are it wouldn't go. But if it's close, chances are that it would have kept going if the momentum is right. So that's what I call unfinished business. Or the opposite, if it was correcting and there's a solid, okay, it's correcting down to IB, you know, you could tell it has momentum and it's correcting, but all of a sudden it runs out of time. It's 1 o'clock. It's unfinished business. Ooh, I gotta look into that. I didn't think about that. Ah, is that what it is? ETH. I didn't know that, Stogie. Is uh, oh, that's funny. All right, here we go. It broke out of that. So it did fix some of that poor structure, but this is still open. So that 95 could be the solid target. It got a hot knife right through it. It's got to clear this right through hot knife if it wants to go and reach. Man, what's up with these people pushing this coin? I didn't see that. That's funny. Ethereum, huh? Oh my God. It's funny how some people have no clue of the actual price action. I mean, I'm sure Ethereum has a few more zeros, right? Or no? Ah, bummer, Michael. But there always will be another day. That's the beauty of trading. Ethereum, huh? Yeah, 65 was a solid long. All right, so we hardly have any longs left. Next is 97, and then the long shot is going to be 39.24. Wow. Yeah, it would have been a good idea, Michael. So this here is my extended range target. There are days that they are perfect bullseye, or at least an idea of how far the market can go. Sometimes I go and I follow it and I go, that's it, it's going, and I just let a runner go. And sometimes it ends halfway, but most of the time they are solid. If it gets inside of the support structure, it may want to fill it. This area needs to hold as support. If it wants to go and reach 3,900, this needs to hold. That's the tug of war line right there. If it dips anywhere inside of this green box, it will probably run all the way through. Yes, but it doesn't mean it will go. Just because the orders are in the book, it doesn't mean it's gonna go. It's up to you to interpret momentum in the market. So you could use it as a target, but you can't put all your eggs in it. You know, you can't just go okay, I'm going long now because there are 1,000 orders waiting at 3,900. But if you're already on a trade, then you can say, okay, I will try to stay in this trade because there's enough interest at that target that there's a possibility of the market wanting to tag that. Because the intention of an order, it could switch based on momentum. So it hits 3,900 and then it passes 1 point or 2 points, and the initial intention of the order at 3,900 is a short, but if it picks up momentum, then there could be enough retailers behind to push it to keep going. So sometimes they will try to block it from the market reaching that number. So you can't put all your eggs in it, but you can use it as a reference. You can use it maybe as a target. But I wouldn't say, okay, I'm going long now because we're 10 points away from 3,900. I mean, you could try it, but you need something to initiate your trade. You can't just initiate a trade based on interest at a certain price level. You know? That's how I trade. I could be completely wrong and okay, I'm going long now because there's enough people there. I mean, it is supply, right? It's obvious supply because there's 39, there's 1,300 orders waiting there. So it is supply. So if you're long, you're going to keep adding. And hopefully people are adding with you to get there. Do I ever look at flow or only charts? You mean order flow charts? Thank you, Yoga Girl. I do look at order flow. I have one open now that I look at. It's where I look at my delta, and I'm also okay. Big order just went through. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. It looks like they're trying to. There are two options here. Market is stalling, and they need to pump it up to go to 3,900, or they are trying to block the market from going up to 3,900. So we just had a big order. And looks like another is waiting to get hit. So we may have a reversal here. Be careful if you're long. Be careful if you're long. So it's either to add orders to go and push the market up, or it's a block. To me, it's looking more and more like a block. This could be a stop pick here. This could be a stop pick. If we don't see a 96, this is a stop pick. A lot of imbalance here now. A lot of imbalance. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, to give back. Give back. Pay it forward. Plus, I enjoy it too. It's... Yeah, a lot of imbalance going on here, guys. All right, another solid target hit. Now I don't have anything until we are above 3,900. Yeah, be careful if you're long. Looks like they're trying to block it. So what was that? It was 327 orders on the sell side, 353 on the sell side, 297 on the sell side. Now, it doesn't mean it's a sell, right? It's underneath the price, so it's printing as a sell, but I'm seeing that they are trying to block this. Double or triple distribution. Let's see. Yeah, it looks messy. It could be. Yeah, it's looking more like a triple. So we have from our high right now all the way down to 81. I would say it's a distribution, and then from 81 all the way down to 65 is another, and then from 65 all the way down to 33. So it's messy, but it's looking more and more like these pore structures need to get filled. So now this may give an opportunity for a short on the ETH. Now that we're looking at this, there could, if this doesn't fill during RTH, there could be a possibility of a short during ETH. Okay, so good call on looking at that, Bruno, because now that I look at it, I don't think I won't be here to trade it. I have an appointment this afternoon, but there could be a possibility of the market coming down to at least 65. Yeah. If this doesn't hold here, it's going to flush right through and go all the way down to 81. So there could be an opportunity for a short. Yep, it was looking like a lot of imbalance here. First time all day that I've seen it. You're welcome. We did leave it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh my God, it's all the way down at 46. So what does that mean? If the POC is left behind, it means that we're out of balance. We're out of balance because POC is where the trades are taking place, right? They're buying and selling, selling and buying, buying and selling, selling and buying. And when you leave it behind, it means that one side has taken over, and obviously it's the buying side, right? So we're out of balance. Market, if it has enough momentum, it will stay out of balance. Otherwise, it needs to come back into value. So either a lot of trades need to take place to bring up POC, or it will fall back into value, into an area that everybody has agreed on price again. Doesn't mean that's going to go all the way down to 46. It might stop somewhere and people start agreeing on a price again. Right? So it's not okay. It's going. You can't go and just bet on, okay, I'm going short all the way to 46. No, because chances are that it will stop somewhere else where they are agreeing on price. Okay, here we are. We're not overbought. We're not oversold. We are agreeing that this is fair value. And that is what POC is. It's the most traded average of a zone. It's not the most traded handle because it's an average of that bell, right? An average of the bell. It's not one handle. Yes. So all of this green box is all areas that need to get repaired. Doesn't mean it's going to be today. Doesn't mean it's going to be during ETH. There's a possibility of happening. Yeah. That would be an amazing short, but most likely it would stop at IB high. So here's the tug of war line. It's got to flush right through that. Let's look up. So market interest has lowered. Liquidity is still high, but the interest has lowered, and we could tell how it has slowed down, right? All right, guys, I'll be leaving in 10 minutes. Yeah, but I think that we need to be above 4,000. I think that we are oversold here. This is cheap. I mean, I don't think that we will see a full bug correction. I don't want to say the name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I do not think that we will see a full correction. Even though the economy is bad, but yeah, I don't think so. What is the target if it's going down? Well, you have two. You got 81 and then you have 71. So all of this right here, the top of all of these port structures are targets. Yeah, I think it's a solid target, 4,000. I really do. You're welcome. You're welcome, Steven. All right, here we go, guys. If it breaks through this, we could see a flush down. Or they are here to pick stops to try to get momentum to go to 3,900. So if it doesn't fail, they're looking for stops. They're looking to find buyers at this supply area, right? A lot of people agreed on a price here. That's why I was going up and down. They agreed. Okay, I'm buying, you're selling, I'm buying. Can we find more buyers here to take up the market to 3,900? That is up to you to figure it out. Oh, and here we go. I think they found it because POC just moved up as we're talking about it. Now it's at 38.90. POC at 38.90. So it looks like because of all of this prior trades taking place here. It didn't just happen here. It was already happening here, right? So it's the average. It's not the handle, but what happened here was the last straw in the camel's back that brought up POC. So this was the last straw. And it brought up POC, and now POC is here. But now they may want to do a price check. Are we overbought? Value moved from 46 to 90. Are we overbought? Are we really in value? They may want to come down and check. You're welcome, D. Fantastic, SE. $600 up. Can't beat that. That's an incredible day. Yeah. It's Benny Boy. I need to take Benny Boy for a walk. You're welcome, man. Thank you. All right. Now we just had 444 on the sell side. And it looks like another big order is going to hit. So this could be what the sellers need to flush it down to 81. So this was a solid short. You could have had already 9 points, 8 points. And here it is, perfect example. 1,000 orders waiting, and the market was 2.5 points away and couldn't do it. So now it's down here looking for support, looking for buyers, but it looks like it's failing. So I have to come down, do a stock pick. If this, it doesn't look like a stop pick, but it's trying to make it as a stop pick, but it's flushing through. So that's why you can't put all your eggs in one handle with a lot of orders. You need to be careful. Use it as reference. If you're ready on the trade, you could use it as a target. But I'll be honest, there have been many times that, okay, we're so close, it's going. I think happened on either Monday or Friday. I was like 3 points away from a solid target, and it didn't go. And there was enough interest, and it didn't go. So you have to start money management, stop management. Well, you would have to be above 3,900, right? Because there's enough interest there. You have to have something that you can lean your back on. So 3,900 would be resistance because it might be a sell order. You can't be in front of it. It will run you over. You need to be behind it. So if you're short at 95, you need to got to be under leverage, so you could be anywhere between a point to a point and a half above 3,900. Yeah, 81 is looking like a solid target. You're welcome. I'm not the best, but I do well. But I make a lot of mistakes too, especially with the charts and putting orders. I'm getting old and I make a lot of mistakes. That's why I love the ATM order. You put it, you forget about it. It makes my life a lot easier. All right, so has it found support here? Yes, please, thank you. Thumbs up would be great. ATM order is a order strategy that when you place a market order or a limit order, it sets your stop and your target. It's called it's I forgot what the ATM stands for. If anybody knows, put it on the chat. But I forgot. Is it automatic trade management? I think it could be automatic trade management, but I can't remember. But it's just when you place an order, you have preset your stop and your target or several targets. Auto trade management. Yep. Yep. Average true range? No. Bracket orders, yes, also, yeah. You could place those. Yeah, let's see, I have about 30 of them. And some are for different instruments. Like I have, like on gold, I have certain stops based on ticks on how gold moves, and then I have for the ES, I have for the NQ, I had for Russell and YM, but I don't think I migrated over it from my old computer. I think I lost those. Yeah, I think I deleted them. I should have kept them. Yeah. Yeah, like on the NQ, I have a 60 tick stop. I have a 67 on the NQ. I mean, those are that's huge. Oh my god. Yeah, if you're gonna trade the NQ, I suggest using a 1 minute chart. I think you'll have your best probability of making money looking at a 1 minute chart. At the market, is that what it is? Okay. All right, so now, did it really find support, or is this an ABC to come all the way down? But it did fix some of that structure. The structure is getting smaller. Now it's only up to here. So it's slowly eating up Pac-Manning. Pac-Man is at work. Twice already, right? Because it was all the way up here. It came down here or here. No, here. It came down here, then it went all the way up, and now next leg down. I do not suggest scalping the ES. I do not. I mean, you can go for a 9-point target, but I would not go for anything less than 9 points and use the Rankle. Use a 4, a 6, a 12, and a 24. All right, guys, I am done. I am done. Hopefully, you guys learned something. If you did, I'll appreciate hitting me up. There's 227 people watching. I would appreciate some more likes. I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys live in the Thunderdome. Thanks for watching. I love the support. We are creating a really awesome community here. All right. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys live. Thank you.